Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And you know, a lot of people always say, Jason, you sure spend a lot of time talking about other people in these current events. It's like, well, yeah, they're current events. But you know, today I'll talk about myself. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing. Work on scaling up my crafting a little bit and let's talk about this. Because, you know, I recently announced that, yeah, I was just going to continue cutting. As far as even in my training videos, I said, you know what? I'm down over 20 pounds at this point. I'm not finding the cutting that difficult, to be honest with you guys. Really, it actually hasn't been that hard. It doesn't take that much discipline to drop down to 20% or lower body fat. Now, it's made it hard for me to gain strength. My strength has become problematic. And I'm going to have to accept that my strength goals are going to take longer to reach as a result of that. Right? I've had to accept that. But I've been looking at it and I said, you know what, at this point in the game, for my overall health, for my overall outreach, but I mean mainly my own health and longevity, I really need to be at a lower body fat. And I need to be at a lower body weight. I mean, let's just be realistic here. I mean, let's set aside all BS, any sort of delusions that anyone has out there in the world. If I want to live longer, I am going to need to be at a lower body fat. And I think we can all agree. We can all agree with that. Care what your opinion is of me or anyone else. That's reality. That's reality. And I honestly haven't been finding it that difficult to slowly drop weight. You know what I had to do? Cut out my cheat days and up my protein. All right, let me state that again. The only things I have had to do to make the scale start moving down is cut out my cheat days and increase my protein intake and add a little bit of tiny cardio. When I say a little bit, guys, I get on my bike for about 30 minutes, right? Minimal amount of cardio. Yet it's brought the scale down, and it's still going down. This is not that hard. Not that hard. Oh, I have to eat more protein because, again, that fills me up more and I eat less other stuff. Increase my protein and don't go binge on pizza once every 2 weeks. Amazing how that works. It's amazing how that works when you actually train, right? The scale has been going down. Oh, it's a miracle. Less pizza, more protein. Yeah, that'll do it. So the point is, it actually hasn't been that difficult. I don't think it's actually taken any great amount of discipline. It really hasn't. It hasn't. Other than, again, I got to force myself to eat a bunch of protein so I don't eat other stuff as much. Pretty straightforward and just eat mostly whole foods. Not really that big of a deal. So that's what I've been doing. And the thing is, a lot of people have chimed in with, well, I thought you were going to reach this strength goal. You should go ahead and just bulk up to 270 and you'll have your squat up to 600. And it's like, yeah, I probably could. Yeah, guys, if I bulked to 275, I bet you I'd be squatting 600 in no time. Probably would. But I'm 41 years old. I'm going to be 42 this year. 42 this year. And here's what weighs on me. You know, in a perfect world where I wasn't concerned about health consequences, I would do that because I want to be stronger. I love strength. I love strength. I do. I really do. My mother died of a heart attack at 48. All right, that shit weighs on me. That weighs on me a lot. And that's something, even though I set out and said, okay, this year I have certain goals. Let me get to the 500 squat. Let me do this. Let me do that. Well, I got to 485 6 days in a row. All right, on camera, filmed with legit plates, no cheap plates, with rogue plates. I did 485 Monday through Saturday in the exact same week. You know what? It's time to set my ego aside and say, okay, maybe I won't reach 500 on the dot this year, but that's pretty close. Let me get my health in order. Because the way I see it, a lot of people out there are like, no, you need to do this, but it's like, they're not real fans. It's kind of like, look at Rich Piana's. Look at Rich Piana's so-called fans who cheered him on doing bigger by the day. It killed him. Combined with all his other drug abuse, it shit killed him. He's dead. Oh, and then after the fact, you know, the people, oh man, what a tragic loss, what a tragic loss. No, it didn't. You guys egged him on. You so-called fans egged him on to go ahead and push himself over the edge. Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of these people who watch YouTube don't really think of the YouTubers and people they watch or people out there, whether they like them, dislike them, anything else. They're not real people to them. They're just entertainment. They're just entertainment. And they say, well, this person says this goal or that. They need to follow completely through, irrespective of the consequences. Well, you know what, guys? All these people on YouTube, we're all real people. We suffer real consequences for things that we do to our bodies or things that we do. There are consequences that we suffer. And at a certain point, when we're talking about doing things for other people's entertainment, like we just want to, that's not me succeeding at anything. If I jump up to 275 and I get my squat up to 600 and get my deadlift up to 700 and my bench up to 400 really quick, but it kills me because heart disease runs in my family and I'm in my 40s, that's not succeeding at my goals. That's dying. And that doesn't make me a good ambassador for strength training. You know, is that a good ambassador for strength training? Is that a good way to get people into fitness and get people into lifting, for me to go ahead and just bulk on up and get my strength where I would love for it to be, and drop dead? I mean, is that a good way for me to represent fitness, or a good way for me to represent heavy barbell training to the general population? For me to drop dead in my 40s? I mean, realistically, let's not even look at my best interest, because I mean, I have a vested interest in living. I mean, a lot of the people watching might not have an interest in my living. They don't care. Rich Piana's fans didn't give a shit that he killed himself. Oh, they cried a little bit. But his legacy lived on. He's dead. Your legacy doesn't mean shit when you're dead young. It doesn't mean anything. You're not getting to enjoy your legacy. So I don't want to hear any of this stuff about the legacy these dead guys. Ziz left a legacy. Liz Ziz is dead. Rich Piana is dead. Dallas McCarver is dead. They're not enjoying their legacy. I would rather be alive. I don't care about leaving some legacy and dying young. That's stupidity. That is sheer stupidity. That's sheer stupidity. And I'm just not partaking in it. So let's set that aside. Let's just look at what's good for promoting fitness, what's good for helping everyone out there. I genuinely believe that heavy barbell training needs to go into the mainstream. I believe it needs to be pushed more. I think all of your moms and your grandmothers and everyone should be under a heavy barbell, if nothing else, to help with cancer and osteoporosis. All right, if I'm promoting the heavy barbell lifts and my goals with the heavy barbell lifts kill me in my 40s, am I going to be a good ambassador for promoting that? No, not at all. If anything, that's going to be used by the people who say, see, look, all that heavy lifting and, and eating all that food and it kills you. That's what would happen. That's not in anyone's best interest. And I have to look at it that way. Yeah, I mean, I have goals that I want to reach, but you know what? I can cut down to a lower body fat and a lower body weight and go back and work on my strength again while leaner. I mean, that can be done too, can it? Isn't that possible? Has anyone ever cut to a lower body fat and then gained strength after? All the time. But you know what? If I live longer and I'm healthier, I'm going to have more time and more opportunities to work on my strength. You know, hey, what if I can still keep strength training for the next decade and not have a heart attack and slow me down? What's going to be my long-term strength outcome from that when I'm in my 50s? I'm still healthy and not suffering any heart disease and can stay fairly injury-free. I'm going to probably be really, really strong in my 50s if I can maintain this. And that's how I'm having to look at that, guys. I'm having to look at this from the perspective of a long game, not a short game. I mean, Rich Piana took the short game. He lived fast and died young. I mean, 46, guys. 46 is young. In today's world, of the world of modern medicine and modern nutrition, 46 is insanely young to die. That's short gaming it. And it's just not in my best interest. And I feel like the people who are telling me, no, you need to go ahead and reach this goal and that, and don't worry about cutting and losing. But no, you don't have my best interest in mind. I have my best interest in mind. I really don't care what other people think about that. I don't care what their opinions are. I need to be healthy and be fit more than I need to get my squat to 600 pounds. And you know what? If me cutting down and me staying closer to 200 stops me from ever getting to a 600 plus, then I'll just have to live with that, won't I? But at least I'll still be alive, and I'll still be a hell of a lot stronger than 99% of the guys in the gym my age. That fair statement? I think it is, and maybe that's a worthy goal in and of itself. As long as I can get in that top 1% of strength for guys who lift, who are in my age group at any given time, I'll take that. That's pretty good. But I want to be healthy while I do it. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this cut going. I'm going to keep it going. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.